fire for God. F-I-R-E G-O-D. O-N-F-I-R-E G-O-D. On fire for God.
Thank you for joining us as we continue to go through our Kingdom series devotion. And this one is rather a real tough one to explain and go through, but hey, we're going to do it anyway. And I'm going to title this one, Hearing About the Kingdom. Hearing About the Kingdom. And the verse that we're going to use is Matthew 13:19. And it reads, when anyone hears the message about the kingdom and does not understand it, the evil one comes and snatches away what was sown in their heart. This is the seed sown along the path. And this is Jesus speaking. And I want to note that Jesus was very direct and upfront in this verse. Because in the previous verses, he spoke in a parable and he was given an illustration of sowing seeds. The reason why, because the people he was talking to were farmers and they were familiar with agriculture. And the area that they was at was a real rocky land and it wasn't the best place to sow seed in. But yet, he gave this illustration of sowing seed just to get his kingdom message through to them. He had to come from an angle that they were familiar with just to open them up and just to open up their minds. So, I said that he was very direct in this verse because it puts emphasis on when he said, if anyone hears the kingdom message. He had to be clear about the message because back then and even now, preachers and teachers were teaching many messages that were opposite of the kingdom message. One example, back then, the teachers of the Bible were teaching you to be in bondage and wanted you to be bound by their rules and regulations and by their traditions. And they would only exercise their power to control you, over you, to keep you under them. But yet, here comes Jesus. Jesus would teach you how to be free and how to have power over your circumstance and how to operate in the kingdom instead of religion. Another example I want to give you is today we have people who preach gospel, but they don't preach the gospel of the kingdom. The word gospel, it simply means good news or good things, but yet they leave out the good news of the kingdom. There is a difference in doing a good thing and doing the right thing. You can be doing a very good thing, but yet still not be doing the right thing, if I'm making sense. So here, Jesus was clear when he says, if anyone hears the message about the kingdom and does not understand it, the devil himself is coming to snatch it away. He is coming himself. He is not sending his foot soldiers, his servants. The devil is coming himself. I really need you to just stop and think about what I'm saying. I mean, really meditate on what I'm saying. The devil is not afraid or worried about you hearing a message on nothing else. He's not worried about you hearing a message on faith, prosperity, or even healing. He is not worried about none of that but he is only worried about you hearing the kingdom message. Don't get me wrong. I love these things. I love to hear about faith and, healing, and I believe in all this. I mean, of course, you got to have this. But let's set the record straight. Those things are secondary and not primary in the kingdom. To back up what I'm saying, Matthew 6:33. This is Jesus. He says, "Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all things will be added unto you." This message that I'm talking about is not some rooted poo, put you to sleep on Sunday message. Let me add that Jesus was not a religious man, nor did Jesus have a religious message. Jesus was not a First Baptist member. Jesus was not a Catholic. He was not a Pentecostal, nor was he a Muslim, Buddhism, Hinduism. He was none of that. Nothing religious. Jesus was none of that. And Jesus was not a part of the religious organizations that you claim. Yes, Jesus was the Christ. Yes, Jesus was the Messiah. But he was not even a member of the Christianity religious organizations that you have adapted. The word Christians or title did not come from Jesus. He never called us that. The word Christian came from pagans. Pagans were people who didn't even believe in God, nor were they Jesus followers. And when they called us Christians, it was a derogatory statement that they made. They were making fun of us. They was mocking. They was ridiculing us. And yet, we took the name that was not from God and turned it into a religious organization. The only thing that God calls us, or even called us and named his people, was sons, daughters, friends, kings, queens, ambassadors, citizens, preachers, teachers, bishops, evangelists, and so on. Never did Jesus call us Christians. And as I wrap this up and come to a close, I want to leave you with this. Jesus' message was about a royal king and his royal government and the kingdom of heaven. And Jesus wanted us to stop focusing on running to heaven to escape all of our problems, but Jesus wanted us to focus, and he demonstrated on us making heaven run to us instead of us running to it. Jesus wanted us to focus on making heaven invade earth, making heaven invade our finances, our problems, our struggles. Jesus wanted us to demonstrate having power over all the things that are trying to bring us to subjection to it. But his message was showing us how to bring those things to subjection to us and to overcome everything that we face. Jesus' message was about restoring us back to our state of dominion and position of kingship and queenship, and to be rulers and to not be ruled. Thanks.